Hey there, I'm Brooke Stuntebeck, one of the lawyers here at Triangle Smart Divorce. We know that separating can be hard. It can be a whirlwind of emotions, and you have a ton of decisions to make about your future. There is often more than one right answer to many of the questions. When people first contact our firm, they're stuck often on this question: should I keep the house? Let's talk about your options. First off, you can keep the home, or your spouse can keep the home. You can sell the home and divide net sales proceeds and maybe pay off some debt too. Both of you can own the home for a certain amount of time and then sell the home, or both of you can own the home for a certain period and one buys the other out of the marital share of the equity. You can rent the house to someone else. A family member or friend can buy the house and rent it back to you. And lastly, you can let the house go into foreclosure. But what option is right for you? Regardless of which option you prefer, and before you decide which option is best for you and your family, here are some initial questions you should consider as you think about whether to keep the house. First, look at your why. Are you hoping to keep the home because it offers financial stability, builds equity, or allows you a sense of freedom? Does the home feel consistent when all else is changing? Do you have an emotional or sentimental attachment to the memories from your time in the home? Second, how long do you plan to stay in the area? Consider the ages, schools, extracurricular activities of your children, if any, and how that affects this decision. Third, think about how well you budget. Often, divorce is the very first time people take a deep dive into their finances and spending habits. Do you stick to a monthly budget and keep everything balanced, or are you behind on some bills? Fourth, compare home prices in your area. Are mortgages currently more affordable than rent, or vice versa? Can you, or rather should you, downsize? Fifth, have you met with a lender? Could you pre-qualify for a refinance or a new mortgage? Do you have funds set aside for closing costs or down payment? Have you evaluated your credit score? Sometimes whether you can qualify to refinance or not affects the decision more than any other factor. Sixth, do you have a secure job? Have you been employed for more than a year with no relocation requirement in the foreseeable future? And lastly, how will you address home repairs and maintenance? Do you have time and money in reserve for unexpected necessary repairs? Do you mind small do-it-yourself projects, or will you need outside help? These are just some of the areas to consider as you decide whether to keep the home. Whether you keep the marital home is a very personal decision, but you must be thorough in your evaluation. Consider all financial factors along with the benefits and risks to you. Talk to a real estate agent about a market analysis. Get an appraisal. Talk to a mortgage broker about pre-qualification. Talk to a financial planner to assess your budget and long-term financial plans. Ultimately, there's no magic formula and no one-size-fits-all option. You need to be informed and realistic about your income, your spending, your debt, your budget, and weigh all the financial factors against the personal preferences you have. Absolutely, it is a personal decision, but you should also be smart and well-informed in making it. If you want help making this decision, please schedule a free intake call with a Triangle Smart Divorce team member. She will help you start the process for evaluating the best strategy for you. Click here to schedule.